Looks like we got another good one here from 1968. This is from California, from Los Alamitos. So let's see here. Number of observers were five. Duration 10 minutes. Synopsis here or summary: large red orb with bright red light orbiting around it, like radar hovered above me at 100 feet in the air, then flew at incredible speed. Oh wow, that sounds pretty crazy. Red. In 1968, in Los Alamitos, California, I was waiting out in the car for my mother to finish a quick visit to a neighbor. I was 14. It was night time, and it was winter. Um, all of a sudden, I just became aware of a massive, deep sound, like a sine wave going up, down, up in pitch. I looked around and saw nothing. Then I leaned forward and looked up from the front seat. Hovering above me was a craft. I got out of the car, excited but also intimidated. I stood between the open door of the car, one hand on the car and one on the door. In the air directly above me was a large, bright, laser red orb. Wow. About the size of a small house. Oh, that's pretty big. About 100 feet up in the air, but that's low too. Orbiting around it was the same bright red light which looked just like radar. Um, okay. So, so another craft was orbiting around it? Is that, or let's see, it circled around the orb, then there would be a friction of a second when there was a gap. Then it blipped on again and orbited around again. Just like how radar looks on the screen. No wind, no exhaust, and though the sound was massive, it didn't hurt my ears or rumble my intestines. Also, this was a heavily populated suburban tract, and although the sound was huge, no one was running out of their houses to see what was going on. That is strange. Usually people would, I would think. My mother and sister had finished their visit and came outside and started yelling excitedly. Her friends followed her out, all loudly responding to this thing. This happened in a matter of minutes. Then it took off straight up to a very distant height. Wow. And from my perspective, it was now small as my fingernail. In just seconds, it went that high. It hovered way up there for a few seconds, then flew down into the distance, and I couldn't see anything because it was below the level of the houses. Wow. Then a few seconds later, it took off at a specific angle, like 45 degrees, and moving at tremendous speed, it climbed into the sky, using the entire expanse from my view. What the heck? Until it was up and out of sight. Must have went into outer space then. There were multiple jets in the sky at the time, and they looked like they were moving as fast as tricycles compared to this thing. We lived near a naval air base. The brightness of this craft was glowing so that it only looked like light. The brightness of this craft was glowing so that it only looked like light, similar to a light bulb, where you can see the glow but not the glass. I was directly below it with a belly up view. And that is how I know the orbiting thing wasn't a single entity, but a radar type energy orbiting dizzyingly fast around the orb. That is really weird. So, so man, that's interesting. Really interesting one, and it's a mass sighting too. This thing was low to the ground, and then it like maneuvered in impossible ways. That's a good one. So yeah, Los Alamitos, California, February 4th of 1968. Yeah, let me know what you think of this report as well. Pretty good one. Um, what do you think these light orbs are? This is a big one. Some are smaller, some are bigger. They come in all UFOs they come in all shapes and sizes and colors, and apparently just all kinds of things. So yeah, let me know what you think about this one in particular. And I will be back with more UFO content shortly.